All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation to the whole flag out there pushing his word and truth, and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole flag, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into tonight, just dealing with there's always a lot going on, prophecy, a lot going on amongst the body and a lot going on amongst, these men, who portray themselves to be, teachers and leaders amongst Israel, okay? And what we've been seeing and what the Lord's been showing us lately, all right, that there's a lot of men, that know that they're Israelites, and women as well, okay, that know that they're Israelites, all right, but they have never truly repented, okay? And you have guys amongst, Israel that pretty much, all right, have been able to portray themselves as these, these great teachers, these great leaders, all right. Jake has pretty much mastered, imitating a sincere prophet. You got a few Jakes that have mastered it, okay? But one thing about it, the Lord always reveals, things to the congregation. And after it's revealed to the congregation, it's on the individual, all right, that's listening to consider what's being said, all right? Because what we're seeing, there's a lot of Israelites that are following, certain men as if they're some type of celebrity. They done fell in love with the character that these Jakes portray on YouTube, okay? But then when you hear these different reports off camera what these men are about, what these men are doing, and Jake ignores the reports, okay? And they still decide to follow these characters that Jake portrays on YouTube, man, okay? Because at the end of the day, the real fight is when we're off camera. As you see brothers teaching, you know, like when we doing these live streams and videos, like we can portray a man can portray any character that he wants, all right, for these short periods of time that the camera is on, okay? But who a man truly is, all right, reflects in his day to day, okay? So when we hear these certain reports about particular men, and then they're coming, from men that are in good standards, man, hey, we gotta be spiritual and considerate, okay? And not be emotional, man, or enchanted, by these characters on the web. Now, I want to start off here. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Okay? So the Apostle Paul, he's like, look, as you have always obeyed, not as in my presence only. Okay? And a lot of men, they're able to, disguise themselves as being sincere, as if they care about everybody, that they have the church best benefit, like they have pretty much they're here as if they care about the church above everyone else. And, Jake come in that spirit, but you got to have a mindset, all right, to pay attention to the reports, and you got to see how these men are moving, man. Okay, men getting kicked out of camps, gathering other men, slandering the apostles and doing all these things. And it's like, when is the fear of the Lord going to kick in? Okay? And when are the people listening? When are you going to, all right, measure how this man is moving according to the scriptures, man? Not by what he's saying. Okay? Jake get caught up in, in the enchantments, and, these Jakes is able to, like I say, throw precepts off the backboard, go between the leg, you know. But then these men character, are being reported to have flaw, and then you're seeing, all this funny behavior from them, you should be like, wait a minute, this is not adding up. Okay? There's a difference between slander, okay, and having an actual bad report. Because you look at how, they slander the prophets and all us at GMS with those slanders of things that we know obviously not true. You know, they call us grapists and all these different things. We just going home and just beating our wives' ass and like we just wilding out. But those things are not true. Okay? But when you hear these men say particular things out their own mouth, and when you see how these men are moving, okay, then you gotta really consider, okay? And at the end of the day, the most important battle is the battle that we go through off camera, man. All right. So let's keep going. Let's go here. Let's get 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahweh Shai is in you, except ye be reprobates. Okay? So we have to constantly examine ourselves, okay, on a daily basis. And these things are done off camera. And when we examine ourselves, we have to be honest and make the adjustments, okay? Because it comes to a point to where, as because we're becoming elite, we want to be part of the elect, as men that's teaching, man, we want to be part of the 144,000, Lord will, okay? Well, to get to the next level of anything, because what separates, uh, great players and great athletes, great actors, or whatever you want to be great at anything, is you get to a point to where you're amongst all these different people with the same skills, like the NBA, NFL, professional boxing. You're amongst all these same athletes, okay, with all of the same skill sets that you got, okay. But what starts to separate the greats from everyone else, one of the things is the attention to detail. You know, it's the attention to detail. Because you can have guys that can shoot good. You can have two players that can shoot good, are good shooters, but there's one player, he pays more attention to detail and how to get open, on how to create space so he can get the shot off, so he can get a better look. Okay? You got, receivers. You got receivers that both of them fast. All you get to a certain level, college, NFL, all the receivers fast as hell. Freakish athletes. Okay, but what separates, the greats from everyone else is the attention to detail, route running, uh, uh, you know, um, studying body movements, just really going into the details, studying how a DB's, stance is, how his feet is, studying tendencies, it's the attention to detail and seeing the spirit. We have to pay attention to details to ourselves, man. Little flaws, I catch little flaws and things that I can always do better by paying attention to the details. As a wife, or a potential wife to be, hey, when you're studying yourself, pay attention to the details. You know, hey, consider, we gotta consider how we saying, could we be offending brothers? You know, really examining our character. Like, damn, I might be offending brothers. I might need to cut that out. You know, I be feeling a certain type of way when this happened. I'm tripping. That just that brother. That's how that brother is. I can't make that brother be exactly like me. I'm tripping. You know, paying attention to details, man. Okay, as a woman, I pay attention to details. Well, I notice, on Saturdays he kind of do this. On Sunday, he move like this. When he get off, he kind of, paying attention to details, man, and it puts us in a position to better serve the body, man. Not only on camera, but off camera as well. Okay? So when we examine ourselves, let's get this word examine. Okay? Approve. right. Let's see. All right. So you go to examine in the Greek.
Pyrazo. Pyrazo.
Paraso. All right. It says to try, to make trial or test. Okay. For the purpose of exerting his quality or whether what he thinks or how he will behave himself. And see, the Lord is constantly putting us in situations where we have to examine ourselves, man. You know, we're constantly being put in scenarios because the Lord. See, one thing about the Most High, as we learn in the truth, is the Lord to just throw you in a situation, you know, and see how you react and see how we react. Okay, to see where we at. The Lord gonna see where we at. Like that's why even coming to the times we coming into of the hour of temptation, that's gonna be the Lord seeing where everyone is at, man. Okay, these heathens through, but He's gonna try. The whole world, the heathens gonna be tried. They through. All right, but the scopeo, their scope is gonna be on Israel. How we react, man. Those that know that they're Israelites. Okay, and the Lord, hey, He'll thrust you in a situation just to prove and see where you at. Is He gonna apply wisdom? Is He gonna apply faith? Is she gonna apply patience? Is she gonna apply faith? I'm gonna just throw them in a situation. How they react, you know? And that's what the Lord will do. You see? So let's go from there. Let's get there. First Corinthians, is it 10? Uh, all right, First Corinthians 11 and 32. It said, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. All right, well, start at 31. All right. First Corinthians 11 and 31, it says, for if we will judge ourselves, we should not be judged. Okay? Just going back to what? The examination. That's why you read in the NLT, First Corinthians 11 and 31. But if we could examine ourselves, we would not be judged by the Most High in this way. So we can prevent, a lot of things by self-examination. You know, we can stop ourselves from going down particular paths just by self-examination. You know, so we can, because at the end of the day, no one who knows us better than us, because we're with ourselves. We know all our thoughts. Okay, who knows us better than us? Of course, Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, but dealing with other people, all right, no one is going to know what's better than us. Okay, so we should catch certain patterns before it becomes a problem. Okay, we should catch certain behaviors before it becomes offensive, man. You know, and if it do gets to a point where it's offensive, and we didn't realize it was offensive, then we gotta have the humility to make the adjustments and not justify it, man. You know, so a self-examination is a major thing in this truth, man. And we gotta be honest, man. There are certain behaviors that we've had for 20, 30 years, 40 years. That, we just been us, you know. But in the truth, the Lord, hey, He's dead in those things, man. Okay, and it comes through self-examination and acknowledging, man. Verse 32 said, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Okay, so the Lord will take us through things so we can make the adjustments now. You see, the Lord is everything that we're going through is in preparation to make it through Jacob's trouble. The Lord is instilling His fear in us. He's building, all right, our trust in Him. He's doing all these things, man. Okay, He's making us have a spiritual reaction, a reaction in faith. Okay, he's making us. He's putting us in a situation where we have to be more confident in him, and he's getting rid of all those unwanted qualities. Okay, that we picked up in America, man, in Western culture. Okay, so that's a major part of the ministry. You know, the major part of the ministry is self development. Spiritual self development is a major part of this ministry, man. Okay, and this is why we go through the chastening and the things that we go through. All right, for this spiritual self development, man. Okay, now let's see. I see brothers got someone coming board. Let's see, we got. All right, this is yeah, this is your heartless Judah Israel, Matthew 7:18. It says a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Okay? So, you got Japheth out there in awe at these certain men, because their body of work, and the character that they portray on camera. All right, but look at the fruit that they're bearing. Okay? Look at the men that's around them. Look at what's being produced. Look at what their actions are producing. Is it because you can, you know, like with Sakari can, they have edifying videos. Okay, but then look at the fruit they're producing. Okay, they're men with hats on while they're teaching. Okay, men with all these guns on, all over the place with the guns. Okay, their street culture. Okay, look at the fruit that's being produced from their conduct, man. Yeah, they can speak and edify. Okay, and they have flaws in their doctrine, but when they're right, they can edify. Okay, the things that they teach right on, they edify. But look at what's being produced over there, man. Okay, look at HOI. Yeah, they can teach. Zabak, he can go teach. He can hold camp. He can hold camp for 2 days straight. All right. But look at what's being produced. You got Israelites calling themselves pull-up boys, man. Like Elder Apostle Gabar say, you a grown man calling yourself a boy. Okay? Look at what's being produced. So you have to look at these things, man. You caught up in the Israelite unity. This thing ain't about Israelite unity, man. It's about sound doctrine, man. It's about a particular way. It's about Yahweh. Okay? Keep going. It said, verse 19, Matthew 7:19, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruit ye shall know them. And see, that's another thing. The Lord finna start reach out and touching, man, and start judging and start, a permanently shutting guys down. Okay? There's finna be men hewn down. All right? Because this behavior is not going to continue on forever, man. The Lord is allowing everyone to earn their salvation and earn their judgment, man. This is what we're seeing happen. And the Lord is showing you there's a big difference, man. Okay? You see how Jake moving, you should see there's a big difference, man. And you can tell who's being developed off camera, okay? And you can tell guys who just hitting record and portraying the character, man. Okay? Reading on, let's get some more. Yep, this Romans 14:3. This is another one by the brother. Your heart is Judah Israel. Say, let us Well, matter of fact, let me keep reading on that Matthew. This is Matthew 7:21 from the brother Yahalis, Judah, Israel. It says, "Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." And a lot of men, okay, it's a lot. All right, and there's a lot of men, that portray as if they're doing the will, but they're really doing their own thing. Jake causing discord. Okay, Jake causing confusion. Jake heaping up disciples to themselves, and being rebellious against the apostles. Which at the end of the day, those men are set up by Yahweh by Shema Shai. And if you can't see that, you're not in the spirit. Okay, the Lord got His hierarchy in the earth, man. And those men are humble as they come. You see? And the way that they move, they firm. Okay, yeah, they firm, they stoic. Okay? But they're in the spirit. And they're leading by example. Okay? So for men to be rebellious against those men, all right, and try to act as if they, just love the flock so much, man, we gotta be mature enough to see through these things, man. Okay? Verse 22 says, "Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works?" Well, yeah, you're going to have a lot of Jakes. They got these bodies of work, all these live streams and, views and, praise and, they was able to put precepts together and, paint these beautiful pictures, but they really wasn't right inwardly, man. And off camera, man, it's a lot of things that's being done off camera, man. That the Lord gonna bring to the light, and He's gonna judge, man. Okay, you have men that are sold out, and Jake think that's just the most far-fetched thing ever. When you say someone that's, could be possibly be an agent or sold out, Jake act like that's the most far-fetched thing ever, man. Okay? Well, Jake is finna see, man. All right, the Lord is he's gonna show, He's gonna expose things, and He's gonna judge, man. And that's why it's best to just be really about this thing, be sincere. Okay, this ain't living a double life and got all these things going on in the background, man. Now is the time to keep things as simple as possible, man. Be about the ministry, man. Be about the body. Appreciate the little circumstance you in. And just build in the spirit, man. Hey, just edify and fear the Lord. That's the times we in now. Verse 23 it says, "And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye work of iniquity." And how's the Lord going to say that? All right, there's going to be a lot of that men going to be unprotected. All right, you're going to see men being judged, man. That's the Lord letting us know that, look, I never knew these guys. They really weren't affiliated, man. Okay? The wolves in sheep clothing. All right? So let's read on this is Romans 14:13, the brother, Yahalis, Judah, Israel. It said, "Let us not therefore judge one another any more, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or occasion to fall in his brother's way." And there's a lot of men, in these last times that have been set up to be stumbling blocks, man. To gain your affection, but then go left. You see, you look at these men, you sincere, you think these men sincere, these men can edify, they got this body of work, they on fire, all right, but then they'll take a turn left, man, and they won't take you with them, okay, and it cause you to stumble. Have you looking at the apostles in a certain way? Have you looking at, the real sincere men in a certain way? Okay? Have you thinking, have you questioning, certain things that you learned? Okay? That's a stumbling block, man. And that's why we gotta constantly, okay, drive home these points, because hey, these things are going to happen until the Lord starts shutting this thing down, man. Start shutting these particular, men down. Okay, so we just gotta constantly warn the flock, man, about these guys, because this is levels. This thing is getting hard to see. First, Jake, you know, will fall out and they'll just bug out, and just fade to black. But see, now the Lord is allowing these men to still teach, you know, still put on this front, all right? And if you're not rooted, okay, if you're not in the spirit, you can be drawn after those men. See, we're in a time where, let's get that real quick. Let me get this. Let's get that in, get that in Luke. All right, this is Luke 22 and 28. All right, this is Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, "Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me. Take ye, I said, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel." So the Lord, Yahweh Shah was telling the disciples about, look, y'all gonna be with me. Y'all gonna be yeah, y'all gonna be ranked up in the kingdom. Like, y'all gonna be straight. Y'all gonna eat at my table. Okay? Y'all gonna have these positions of authority. Even amongst Israel, you're gonna be in a position of authority. But to get there, you gotta make it through this. So after he told the disciples that about the kingdom, okay, and about the positions that they had coming, okay, he told them this, verse 31, "And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat." Okay? So there will come a time when the Lord would the Lord warned, Peter, that Satan was going to come with a sift. Okay? And this was a warning for us as well. Satan is coming with a sift. And he's coming in every direction, man. He comes in every, from all these different guys, your vocabs, the fallouts, these certain other groups. Like, Satan is using every resource he got to sift, man. Your family, your cousin, your wife might be, any avenue that Satan can use, he's going to use it to try to sift, man. And we got to be aware of these things, man. When we see a sift coming, it can be a job, job might be trying to job may get overwhelming where it's kind of got you off balance in the spirit. Hey, he can sift that way as well. Like, Satan got all resources, he utilizes all resources for the sift. Okay? And we have to have the mindset, to know, all right, we got to have the spiritual awareness to peek the sift. I'm like, oh, Satan trying to sift. He trying to sift. And you got to know when to retreat, make the adjustments, or double down, or whatever need to be done. Okay? So, yeah, man, the real fight is off camera, man. You know, we to the time now where we can't be so gullible, man. All right, this ain't the time to be gullible. All right, because Satan has he has turned it up a notch in his deception and these enchantments, man. So this ain't the time, all right, to be gullible, man. All right. So when we come here, this is Ephesians 4:11. It says, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. And this is the body. You know, this is the body that the Lord set up, man. Okay. For the perfecting of the saints. All right. For the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Yahweh Shai. So the Lord created all these offices in the body for the building up of the church, man. If you're listening to someone and it's confusion in the mix, the Lord not the author of confusion. Okay, he's edifying, but then he's speaking against the apostles. You know, he's edifying, but he's, you know, being called out by all these men that's in good standing. Okay? You gotta understand, okay, wait a minute. This the Lord not the author of confusion. This is confusion. Okay? The Lord set up men to edify and to build up the church, man. Okay? Anything outside of that, man, no, the Lord not dealing with that, man. You see? Verse 13 said, till we all come in the unity of faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. Okay? The measure of the stature of fullness of Yahweh Shai. It's about developing men unto Yahweh Shai. Okay? And making the women that's listening, the sisters that are listening, capable, okay, well, compatible with those men. This is what this thing is about. Okay? Because a dynasty, any dynasty, all right, is built off family, man. Okay? It's built off family. It begins with the strength of men, all right, through war, and is maintained through what? Family, man. All right? So as we build up the church, the Lord is preparing a dynasty, man. So he's has his men conforming unto Yahushua, okay, being built up, all right, into a version of Yahushua. And then you have the women being built up to be compatible with those men, okay. Anything outside of that, well, you gotta try to figure out, well, what's going on with this guy? Why he moving? Well, he, you know, we not here for the soap opera, man. Okay, we not here for this. Ain't no guessing game. All right. And as we continue to grow in this thing, verse 14 said that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men, okay, and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. Okay? So we're not here to get caught up in the craftiness and the sleight of men. And you gotta understand, Jake is a good actor. You know, you all these different actors, you know, the Denzels, the Samuel Jackson, like them hey, Jake is the best actors on earth. All right? And you have those same men in the truth that know how to put these characters on, man. But the Lord always reveals flaws. He makes them say things. He makes them do things openly. And you can't be so attached to the character, man, that you know, we can't be attached to these characters where we ignore these things, man. Like, nah, that's okay. That's what it is. And then they show you a pattern of it. Then you gotta pick up on it. Okay, tripping. You know. If there's any doubt, stick to what you know, man. You know, there's any doubt, stick to what you know. Okay. And now, all right. Now I end it here. All right. This is the brother GMS. Waters Abun Yahweh. 1 Timothy 4 And 15 it says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Okay? That our profiting may appear to all, man, because when we have good reports and when we work on ourselves off camera, and then once we present these lessons on camera, okay, hey, that's constantly building up the body. Everyone is profiting from what we're doing off camera. Things like you might go on a certain diet, you might, you know, cut things off for a while. You might, switch up your work schedule to be more available. Whatever you're doing, guess what? The whole body is profiting off that, man. Okay? And that's the mindset that we have to be in. you know? Even you sisters, man, you sisters gonna learn how to sew, make garments. Like, it's profitable, man. Or whatever, make the beard oils or whatever you're doing, or whatever you're doing. Even if it's just prayers, that's profitable, man. Because we're not here to extort, or panhandle the congregation, man. All right? But just whatever the things that we're doing off camera, to better ourselves in the ministry, everybody profits off of it, man. Okay? Verse 16, it says, 1 Timothy 4:16 says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Okay, continuing in the right doctrine. Okay, and not only teaching it but living it. Because there's believers that were assigned to certain under certain brothers, under certain groups, under certain camps, you know. And they're paying attention to everything. One thing about it, Jake watching everything. Jake, sincerely, and Jake sincerely believe, that you got the truth, man. That you're teaching the truth. Jake is watching everything, man. So we have to be mindful how we move, man, and have to constantly examine ourselves and make sure that we're not, because if we're going off, guess what? The people that's following us, they veering off with us. Okay, so we gotta stay on this straight and narrow, all right, to keep those that listen, all right, on this straight and narrow as well. Okay, so that's the point. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. Give all praise, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.